seems like I picked up my food. I don't want you to think that I didn't enjoy it. You see, Mrs. Brady and I had a box lunch on the train. Right this way, sir. Right this way.
You know, I give advice at remarkably low hourly rates. 10% off to unmarried young ladies and special discounts for the clergy and their daughters.
What are you doing here?
I am inspecting the battlefield the night before the battle, before it's cluttered with the debris of journalistic camp followers. I am scouting myself an observation post to watch the fray. Hey, wait. What's Bert Cates to you? Or you to him? Can it be that both beauty and biology are on our side? It's a newspaper here I'd like to have you see. Just arrived from that wicked modern Sodom and Gomorrah, Baltimore. Not the entire edition, of course. No Happy Hooligan, Barney Google, or Red Kabibble. Merely the part worth reading. E.K. Hornbeck's brilliant little symphony of words. You should read it. Oh, yes. My typewriter been singing a sweet, sad song about the Hillsborough heretic, B. Cates. Boy Socrates, latter-day Trifus, Romeo with the biology book. I may be rancid butter, but I'm on your side of the bread.
This sounds as if you're a friend of Bert's.
Not as much as a critic can be a friend to anyone. Have a bite? Don't worry. I'm not the serpent, little Eva. This isn't from the tree of knowledge. Oh, no. You won't find one in the orchards of heavenly Hillsborough. Birches, peaches, butternuts, a few ignorance bushes. No tree of knowledge.
Will this be published here in the local paper?
What, in the Weekly Bugle? Or whatever it is they call the leaden stuff they blow through the local linotypes here? I doubt it.
Oh, it would help Bert if the people here could read this. It would help them understand. I never would have expected you to write an article like this. You seem so...
I'm cynical? That's my fascination. I do hateful things for which people love me and lovable things for which they hate me. I am the friend of enemies, the enemy of friends. I am admired for my detestability. I am both poles and the equator with no temperate zones in between.
You make it sound as if Bert is a hero.
Oh.
I'd like to think that, but I can't. A school teacher is a public servant. I think he should do what the law and the school board wanted to. Well, if the superintendent comes to me and says, Miss Brown, you're to teach from Whitley's second reader, I don't feel I have to give him an argument.
You ever give your pupils a snap quiz on existence?
What?
Where we are, where we came from, where we're going?
All the answers to those questions are in the Bible.
All? You feed the youth of Hillsborough from the little truck garden of your mind?
I think there must be something wrong in what Bert believes. If a great man like Mr. Brady comes here to speak out against
No.
him.
Not you, Harrison Brady came here to find himself a stump to shout from, that's all.
You couldn't understand. Mr. Brady is the champion of ordinary people, like us.
Wake up, Sleeping Beauty! The ordinary people played a dirty trick on Colonel Brady. They ceased to exist. Time was that Colonel Brady was the hero of the hinterland. Water boy for the great unwashed. But they've got inside plumbing in their heads these days. There's a highway through the backwoods now, and the trees of the forest have reluctantly made room for their leafless cousins, the telephone poles. Henry's Lizzie rattles into town, leaves behind the yesterday Messiah, standing in the road alone in a cloud of flivver dust. The boob has been debooed. Colonel Brady's virginal small towner has been had by Marconi and Montgomery Ward. You sure you don't want to bite? It's awful good. Suit yourself.
It's going to be a hot night, Miss McLean.
I thought we would have got some relief after the sun went down.
It's the devil! It's the devil! It's the devil!
Your Honor, we will accept this man as a member of the jury.
One moment, Mr. Bannister. You're not excused.
Who would have got their front seat of the jury box?
Hold your horses, Bannister. You may get it yet.
Mr. Drummond, you may examine the veneerment.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bannister, why are you so anxious to get that front seat over there?
Everybody says this is going to be quite a show.
I hear the same thing. Ever read anything in a book about evolution?
Nope.
How about a fellow named Darwin?
Can't say I have.
Bet you read your Bible.
Nope.
How come?
I can't read.
Well, you are fortunate. He'll do.
Take your seat, Mr. Bannister. Mr. Meeker, you will call the veneerment to fill the sixth and last seat on the jury.
Your Honor, will the court entertain a motion on a matter of procedure?
Will the learned prosecutor please state the motion?
It's been brought to my attention that the temperature is now 97 degrees Fahrenheit. And it may get hotter. I do not feel the dignity of the court will suffer if we could remove a few superfluous outer garments.
Does the defense object to Colonel Brady's motion?
I don't know if the dignity of the court can be upheld with these galluses I've got on.
Well, we'll take that chance, Mr. Drummond. Those who wish to remove their coats may do so.
Is the counsel for the defense showing us the latest fashion from the great metropolitan city of Chicago?
I'm glad you asked that. I brought these along special. Just so happens I bought these galluses at Peabody's General Store in your hometown, Mr. Brady, Weeping Waters, Nebraska.
Let us proceed with the selection of the final juror.
State your name and occupation.
Jesse H. Dunlop, farmer and cabinet maker.
Do you believe in the Bible, Mr. Dunlap?
I believe in the Holy Word of God, and I believe in Matthew Harrison Brady.
Very well. Mr. Drummond?
No questions, not acceptable.
Mr. Drummond refused this man a place on the jury simply because he believes in the Bible?
You find an evolutionist in this town, you can refuse him.
Your Honor, I object to the defense counsel rejecting a worthy citizen without so much as asking him a question.
All right, I'll ask him a question. How are you?
Kinda hot.
So am I. Excuse.
You are excused from jury duty, Mr. Dunlap. You may step down.
I object to the note of levity which the counsel for the defense is introducing into these
The
proceedings.
bench agrees with you in spirit, Colonel Brady. You object to anything there?
I object to all this damn colonel talk.
Hey.
I'm not familiar with Mr. Brady's military record.
Well, he was made an honorary colonel in our state militia on the day he arrived in Hillsborough.
The use of that title prejudices the case of my client. It calls up a picture of the prosecution, astride a white horse ablaze in the uniform of the militia colonel, with all the forces of right and righteousness marshaled behind him.
Well, what are we to do?
Break him. Make him a private. I have no serious objection to the honorary title Private Brady.
Well, we can't take it back. By the authority of, I don't think the governor will have any objection. I hereby appoint you, Mr. Drummond, a temporary honorary colonel in the state militia.
Gentlemen, I don't know what to say. It is not every day in a man's life that he achieves the exalted rank of temporary honorary colonel.
Oh, it will be made permanent, of course, upon receiving the proper papers signed by the governor.
Thank you.
Colonel Brady. Colonel Drummond. You may examine the veneerment.
State your name and occupation. George Sillers. I work at the feed store. Tell me, son, would you call yourself a religious man?
I guess I'm as religious as the next man.
In Hillsborough, sir, that means a great deal. Mr. Sellers, tell me, do you have any children?
Not as I know of.
If you had a son, Mr. Sellers, or a daughter, what would you think if that sweet child came home from school one day and told you that a godless teacher...
I object. We're supposed to be choosing a jury member. The prosecutor is denouncing the defendant before the trial's even begun.
Objection sustained.
Mr. Sellers, do you have any personal opinions regarding the defendant that you might prejudice you on his behalf in any way?
Case? I don't hardly know. He did buy some peat moss from me once. He paid his bill.
Mr. Sellers impresses me as an honest, God-fearing man. I accept it.
Thank you, Colonel Brady. Colonel Drummond.
Mr. Sellers, I heard you say that you are a religious man. Tell me, do you work very hard at it?
Well, I'm pretty busy down at the feed store. My wife, she tends to the religion for the both of us.
So in other words, you take care of this life and your wife, she takes care of the next one?
Objection.
Objection sustained.
While your wife is tending to the religion, Mr. Sellers, have you ever bumped into a fellow named Charles Darwin?
Not till recent.
From what you know of this Darwin fellow, do you think it's someone your wife would have over for Sunday dinner?
Your Honor, it seems to me that the learned counsel is cluttering the issue with hypothetical questions.
I'm doing your job, Colonel.
The prosecution is perfectly able to handle its own arguments.
Look, I've established that Mr. Sellers isn't working hard at religion. Now, for your sake, I want to make sure he's not working at evolution.
I'm just working at the feed store.
This man's all right. Take a box seat, Mr. Sellers.
I am not altogether satisfied that Mr. Sellers can render impartial judgment in this trial.
Out of order. The prosecutor's already accepted the man.
I want a fair trial.
So do I.
Unless the state of mind of the members of the jury conform to the patterns and laws of society.
Conforms. What do you want to do? Run the jury through a meat grinder so they all come out the same?
Your Honor.
I see what you can do to a jury. Twist and tangle them. Nobody's forgotten the Endicott publishing case where you made the jury believe the obscenity was in their own minds, not on the printed page. It was immoral what you did to that jury, tricking them. Think you can get away with that here?
All I want is to prevent the clock stoppers from dumping a load of medieval nonsense on the United States Constitution.
This is not a federal court.
Well, maybe I have to stop them somewhere.
Get that cigarette out the Gentlemen, if you please, you are both out of order. The court rules that the jury has been selected. Now, owing to the lateness of the hour and the unusual heat, the court will be recessed until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Oh, wait, just one moment. The Reverend Brown has asked me to announce that there'll be a prayer meeting tonight on the courthouse lawn to pray for justice and guidance. And all are invited.
Come on. I object to this commercial announcement.
Commercial announcement.
To Reverend Brown's trial. Why don't you announce that there will be an evolutionist meeting?
I have no knowledge of such a meeting.
That's understandable. It's bad enough that everyone who walks into this courthouse has to walk under this banner that says, read your Bible. Your Honor, I want that taken down. Or I want another one up, of equal size, with equal size letters, that says, read your Darwin.
Colonel Drummond, you are out of order. Court is recessed till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Mayor.
Brady. Exciting day, sir. Exciting day.
I feel by and large it went well, don't you, Colonel?
Fine, nothing to worry about.
Who'll be our first witness tomorrow, Colonel?
You'll see.
Would you autograph my pen, Mr. Brady?
Mrs. Brady has autograph cards.
Ready? Bless you for doing this.
You're coming to us for a supper tonight, and afterward, naturally, I'll be expecting you at our prayer meeting.
Yes, fine, excellent.
They sent some mail over from the mansion house. These letters will gladden your heart now.
Rachel.
Yes, Father.
I don't know what I
don't
did
think
is
I ever
exactly
got a copy.
legal.
You won't get it by everyone.
Oh, you
You
have
know, sometimes I just don't know. There's a new one.
Mr. Drummond, you've got to call the whole thing off. Bert knows he did wrong. Well, he didn't mean to, and he's sorry. Now, why can't can't he just stand up and say to everybody, I admit it, I broke the law, I won't do it again? Then they'd stop all this fuss and everything would be like it was.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of Bert's.
What about it, boy? Getting cold feet?
I never thought it would be like this. Like Barnum and Bailey coming to town.
We could call it off. Do you want to quit?
Yes.
People look at me as following a murderer. Worse than a murderer. That fellow from Minnesota who killed his wife. Remember, Rach? Well, half the town turned out just to watch him put him on the train. They just stared at him as if he was a curiosity. Not like they hated him. Not like he did anything really wrong. Just different.
There's nothing very original about murdering your wife.
People I thought were my friends look at me now like I have horns growing out of my head.
You murder a wife, it isn't nearly as bad as murdering an old wives' tale. You kill one of their fairy tale notion, they send down the wrath of God, Brady, and the state legislature.
You make a joke out of everything. You seem to think it's all so funny.
Lady, when you lose your power to laugh, you lose your power to think straight.
Mr. Drummond, I can't laugh. I'm scared.
Good. You'd be a damn fool if you weren't.
You're supposed to be helping Bert, and every time you swear, you make it worse for him.
I'm sorry if I offend you. I don't swear just for the hell of it. See, I figure language is a poor enough means of communication as it is. We gotta use all the words we've got. Besides, there are damn few words everybody understands.
You don't care anything about Bert. You just want a chance to make speeches against the Bible.
I care a great deal about Bert. I care a great deal about what Bert thinks.
Well, I care about what the people in this town think of him.
Can you buy him back his respectability by making him a coward? I understand what Bert's going through. It's the loneliest feeling in the world to find yourself standing up while everybody else is sitting down. To have everybody look at you and say, what's the matter with him? I know what Bert's going through. Walking down an empty street, listening to the sounds of your own footsteps, shutters closed, shades drawn, doors locked against you. You don't know if you're walking towards something or you're just walking away. Case, I'll change your plea and we'll call off the whole business under one condition. If you honestly believe you've committed a criminal act against the people of this state and the minds of their children, if you honestly believe that you are wrong and the law is right, then the hell with it. We'll call off the whole thing.
Bert knows he's wrong, don't you, Bert?
No prompting the witness.
Mr. Drummond, what do you think?
I'm here. That tells you what I think. What's the verdict, Bert? Are you going to find yourself guilty before the jury does?
No, sir. I'm not going to quit.
But Bert!
It wouldn't do any good now anyhow. If you'll stick by me, Rach, well, we can fight it out.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
What's the matter, Rach?
I don't want to do it, Bert, but Mr. Brady says
What does Brady say?
they want me to testify against Bert.
You can't.
Sir, I don't mean to rush you or anything, but that close up top.
But some of the things I've talked to you about are things that you just say to your own heart. If you get up on the stand and say those things out loud, don't you understand? The words I say to you, softly, in the dark, just trying to figure out what the stars are for, or what might be on the backside of the moon.
Bert.
They were questions, Rach. I was just asking questions. And if you repeat those things on the stand, Brady will make them sound like answers, and they'll crucify me.
What's your name? Rachel what?
Rachel Brown. Can they make me testify?
I'm afraid so. It would be nice if nobody ever had to make anybody do anything. But don't let Brady scare you. He only seems bigger than the law.
It's not Mr. Brady. It's my father,
Who's your father?
the Reverend Jeremiah Brown. I used to feel this way when I was a little girl. I used to wake up at night terrified of the dark. I'd think that sometimes my bed was on the ceiling and the whole house was upside down, and if I didn't hang on to the mattress, I might fall outward into the stars. I wanted to run to my father and have him tell me I was safe, that everything was all right. But I was always more frightened of him than I was of falling. It's the same way now.
Is your mother dead?
I never knew my mother. Is it true? Is Bert wicked?
Bert Cates is a good man, maybe even a great one. And it takes strength for a woman to love such a man. especially when he's a pariah in the community.
I'm only confusing him, and he's confused enough as it is.
The man who has everything figured out is probably a fool. College examinations notwithstanding, takes a pretty smart fellow to say, I don't know the answer.